Hi guys, and welcome to episode 17 of Game Chats. I'm Chris, and with me today we have Kate.
Hi.
And this is the first podcast we've done in a while. Been busy. Things happen. But we're going to try and do one once a month now, because we think that's easier to keep
manage.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of change it up. We're not going to do the news anymore, because if we're doing it once a month, that's a lot of news. Or not sometimes. But we're going to just basically pick a topic and go from there. And if anyone wants us to talk about anything particular on the podcast, let us know in the comments. So the topic I picked for today is basically our most anticipated games of 2020. I can't believe it's 2020. It's so weird. But yeah. What are your most anticipated games so far?
I'm so boring because I've been thinking about this and I've been thinking about all these games that are set to come out, and I'm like, I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. I don't really want that. I'm not even fussed about that. The only one I can think of off the top of my head that I know I'm hyped for is Cyberpunk, and even that, I don't think it's going to be bad.
Oh, no.
I just don't think it's gonna live
up to the hype that it's kind of made for itself.
I feel like it's you can go anywhere, you can do anything, blah blah. You can never do that in a game.
No.
And people are saying it's going to be the next big thing, much like they all said Death Stranding was going to be the next big thing, and that was not anywhere near the next big thing. I feel like
we never said that. That was never the thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna fall short of its own praise, but I don't by any way, shape or form think it'll be a bad game. I just don't think it's going to be as sort of crazy as people are expecting it to be.
I mean, I hope you're wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you hope you're wrong as well.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I want it, obviously. If they can deliver on even half the stuff they're promising, it will be a good game.
I think the problem with...
But I don't think we should all get too...
The problem with that is that with The Witcher, they had no expectations set beforehand about what kind of game they could make and how good the game could be, whereas The Witcher 3 kind of made a statement when it came out being as good as it was, even though looking back it's not as good as everyone said it was, in my opinion.
Controversial.
But I did play it, so I can say that. We're all opinions here. But
we're all opinions
here. And that's a fact. But
that was awful.
Yeah, it was. But I think it's because it's got the pressure now from having made Witcher 3 and it being amazing that it's got to live up to that now, and that's going to be difficult.
We sat in on the presentation.
We did. At EGX.
Was it not Insomnia?
No, it was EGX.
I can't even remember.
Insomnia was way back in the day.
And whatevs. It was, the presentation was okay, but it was nothing that I hadn't already seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
They were this is an exclusive presentation, and pretty much every piece of gameplay they showed, I'd seen it on YouTube.
Yeah, but
I am on top of this game. I am keeping on top of it, but I expected them to show something different, but they literally showed the mission where you break into the stronghold and the boss is that really hench lady who has the hammer. Yeah. And that's all
to be fair, they were playing... It wasn't what they were playing for it there and then.
I don't think they were.
No, they were, because me and Sam saw it twice, and it was different.
No,
so, 100% they were playing it through there and then. Because we went twice to check, because we were like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just all scripted and they're pretending to play it. That happens.
I thought the guy was, because, there was a bit where he was driving the car, and he kind of, turned, and, there was something to do with the traffic, and I was thinking, well... He didn't even move the camera to look if anything was coming. So that's what made me think there was parts of it that were not...
There was a different guy playing the next day. And he did move around and stuff. And it wasn't the exact same movement, so I was like, maybe
they have multiple recordings.
I mean, maybe we should be a bit more positive.
I'm just saying.
I liked it though. What they showed, I really loved. I really enjoyed it. Even the second time, because they showed a little bit, what they did was a bit different, a different way of doing stuff, and I really enjoyed it. But it's got big expectations on its shoulders, and that's the problem. Because if it doesn't live to being one of the best games ever, is it people going to see it as a failure, I suppose. I mean, it's still going to be good, I think, from what we've seen. I'm hoping so. But, I don't know.
I'm hyped. That is...
That's the big game.
Off the top of my head, I think just like, that is the one I think I am the most excited about. Avengers, I am unable to gain hope because I just don't believe it's going to be a good game.
Well, that recently got delayed from, I think it was May it was originally meant to be, and that got delayed to September. I think, personally, it's going to get delayed to 2021.
I feel like they don't know what the game is.
Yeah.
And they're trying to tell people in a very vague way because they're not quite sure themselves, and then it's split people into people believing it's mainly story mode, single player, with multiplayer being sort of tacked on, which is the stance I'm taking on this game.
Whereas I took it the other way, where it's going to be more Destiny-like, more multiplayer focused, with the single player being like, what, a 6-hour campaign, like a Call of Duty game.
And
sort of.
Yeah, I mean, we played it. We played the demo, and it's basically...
It was fun.
It's the demo that everyone's leaked online.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The demo that you've seen
demo.
like 10 times with Taskmaster on the bridge. And some people's gameplay felt very, very good. Other people's was awful.
Who did you like?
Hulk's was basic. Thor's was pretty good, throwing the hammer and stuff.
Yeah,
I like that.
That felt very much like
God of War. Iron Man's I wasn't too impressed with.
No, Iron Man's was the most basic. I thought, if anything, it'll feel like Anthem, which, to be fair, the flying and that felt good in that game, as bad as that game was.
Yeah.
But, like, it just didn't. It felt like you were on rails, and you were just aiming across here on the thing, and it was just, nothing really felt very...
Captain America's was really
Iron
good.
Man about it. Yeah, Captain America's
throwing
really
the shield.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was going to work, but it does. It's
and jumping with the shield and landing on it, and that creates like a shockwave.
Black Widow's is just like what you expect.
Black Widow's, she seems to have the most
going on. She's got the most mechanics.
She's got like, she can go invisible. She's got like guns.
The Widow's bites.
Bunch of stuff. Yeah, that thing.
The bites.
The thing on her arm. Is that what that way?
The bites.
Yeah, the bites. The Widow bites.
What a basic.
I don't know anything about Black Widow. I'm not the biggest fan of Black Widow. I like her in the MCU, but before then I wouldn't know anything about her character. Hulk's, I liked.
It was all quick time events.
But it was more...
It was running and quick time events.
Yeah. I like the fact that you can grab people and hit other people with them. That was cool. And
to be fair though, you know what? Like, at EGX, this took Destiny's placeholder.
Yeah, in the Virgin
as being
Media,
the Virgin Media sponsored one.
Big, massive.
They always have the best booth.
Yeah, they did have.
You always get like the best free stuff. The presentation of it's so good. They whatever game they're selling, essentially, they always have it. Like, it's the most turned out, well presented, best goodies.
Do you know
always.
Do you know what I thought was funny? It was like Virgin Media were like offer the best internet, best multiplayer experience, and they showed us a single player demo, and I was like, okay, but I mean, I do worry about the game because I feel like you say, it struggles with identity. Like, it doesn't know what it is, and I don't think. And the fact that we've seen one demo, we've seen the Camilla Khan trailer, which it did look better in that trailer, story wise and all that. But they keep talking about this multiplayer, and they haven't really showed any of it, and that's worrying.
What I took from it when we watched, I can't even remember, was it? We watched something where they had interviews with all the developers and stuff.
Yes,
and it wasn't. They were very vague. They were dodging questions. They were like, I feel like this game is a story player game.
Story player. That's the word of the day.
a story based game where, and they were like, you use the multiplayer to level up to get further in the story. So that to me means a grind. Like, it's not going to be anything significant. It's going to just be tacked on missions to give you this like false sense that it's a multiplayer game, just so you can get back into the story. But people want it to be a multiplayer experience so you and your friends can knock about
I am kind of like, when they're saying that, like, oh, it's a multiplayer game, but then the campaign's fully single player. I was kind of like annoyed about that, because I heard, like, obviously it was going to be like Destiny, but you could play the story of Destiny with people, but not this, apparently, which I kind of like. It gives me hope the story actually might be good, and from what we've seen of that, what we played, like, the story was alright. like it was fun enough, and the cutscenes were done well enough. I mean, the face models still need a bit of work, but they got better than when we first saw them at E3. I heard a rumour they hired people there and then to fix the face models from E3.
And it's not even. It wasn't even like I'm a big Marvel fan. Like comics before the MCU. I'm not one of these people that like jump the bandwagon. Like
I like Spider-Man before the MCU. I'm not gonna lie, that's the only one that I cared about.
I don't even. For me, it wasn't even the fact that they didn't look like the MCU actors. The faces just looked off. There was just something off about them. It wasn't they didn't look like Scarlett Johansson and blah blah blah. They looked weird, but they looked a lot better at E3.
They did, especially Black Widow's. Yeah, she looked less like the guy out of White Chicks. She's
cool. I liked her. She out of all the gameplay, hers and Cap was my favourite. But them are the two that I would. Like when we all believed it was a 4-player story, we was all like, no, who do you want to be?
Fair, there will still be missions like that, and we obviously will pick characters for when we play and stuff. But I'm just firm in the belief that it's not coming out this year now. It's not coming out for current gen consoles, I don't think.
Do you know what?
Or if it will, it will be a cross-platform thing.
It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make sense for Cyberpunk either. We might as well wait. We might as well literally wait those extra few months.
I'm going to get onto that later. But yeah, I agree. Like, pushing it that close to the new consoles, it's a bit iffy. Because, like, obviously it doesn't give that much time to play it if people move straight on. Not saying, not everyone will. But, like, the hardcore probably will.
Yeah, so we will.
Yeah, we will. And it's especially with less so with Cyberpunk, because, like, you can still play... Because they're all going to be backwards compatible. You'll still be able to play that. Like, and it's still, if a good game, if the game's a good game, it doesn't matter.
They were given that, this is the only RPG you'll ever need.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's like, well, like, I love RPGs, so like, don't be like making promises you can't keep. Like.
If it's a good game, whether it's from the old console or not, you're still going to play it regardless on the new consoles.
All I use my Xbox One for
is backwards compatible
is to play games from Xbox 360. I'm not even going to lie. I don't think I have ever... The only new game I feel like I put a lot of effort into is the new Assassin's Creed. Odyssey. I couldn't even think what it was called.
Well, you put a lot of hours into that and still didn't finish it.
I got over like 100 hours into it, and I was literally just clearing the map, and now I just can't be bothered to go back to it.
It is long. It's too long. It's too big. Origins was the sweet spot, and then Odyssey became way too big for me. I couldn't do it.
I'm a syndicate master race. I'm sorry, don't hate me. I know it's wrong.
Basic old style. It feels so right. I feel with Avengers that it needs
clarity.
That we need clarity about what it is. But the problem with it being so close to when the new consoles come out, it's like if you say you buy your copy on PlayStation 4,
and then all your mates get an Xbox
to the Xbox X Series or whatever the other one will be.
The Scarlet.
Well, we don't. Well, there's two apparently, but we don't know which one. What the other one's called. Lockhart, I've heard, is the name. They should keep the fucking name, the code name. Scarlet and Lockhart is way better than Xbox X Series or whatever.
Xbox One XX.
Xbox Triple X.
Xbox 2XX.
They're so confusing with their names. But the fact that that's coming out so close to the new consoles, it's iffy, like, about carrying it on. And that makes me think people might want to wait, or that makes me think it's going to get delayed again. Because the fact that all Square Enix will care about is making their money at the end of the fiscal year, which is in March, so it's going to be like they can put it back all the way to March in the next year, which I think they will do.
Another Square Enix title that people are concerned about is Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
No.
Why are you concerned?
No. I'm not. Do you know what? This is
Who's concerned?
This is the thing, right? I play all the Final Fantasies. I play all the Kingdom Hearts. Like I'm in that like Square fandom. They never ever released a game on time. No. I waited 10 years for Final Fantasy 15. I can't even remember how long we waited for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Tomb Raider got delayed.
This is the thing, and so like they've pushed back 7, and all these newer fans are like, "Oh my god, what's happening to it? Like, why has it been pushed back?" That's just what they do. Everyone can calm down. It's fine.
The way I look at it, though, that was coming out before the end of the fiscal year this year, and they pushed it past that. So that makes me think. either they have like a stupid amount of confidence in it, which to be fair,
they will.
From what we played on the demo, yeah, they should. Yeah. But like, or there's an issue that's so bad that they have to push it past that point.
I think the trouble with this game is where like most other companies would put something out and not really care about your opinion. I feel like Square Enix know that like 7 is people's like most Final Fantasies. You would say to someone what one's your favourite, they'd say 7. And obviously like everyone in Japan loves it. Not me, my favourite's 8. Again, don't hate me. I'm a heathen. I'll accept it. It's fine. So like I feel like they have got this extra pressure of like they don't want to disappoint people, but they want to bring something new to it.
Yeah.
And it's finding that balance where you're not going to upset the die-hard fans, but you're not just going to put out the exact same game.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've got all that on them. Like, they started it like 3-4 times over and over again because they didn't like what they were doing.
It's been in development for a fuck long
But that just shows that, like, as long as you've got to wait, you need to wait because they're not going to give you a rubbish version. They're not going to put out a bad game.
I don't think they will. I hope not. But from what we played the demo at EGX, like...
It was very nice. I'm not
a Final Fantasy guy. Like, I tried 15, couldn't get into it. Wasn't my vibe. I don't know, it just wasn't. But, like, 7 looks good. Whether it would be my vibe, I don't know. But from what I played the demo, I really enjoyed. And I'm looking forward to it. That's one of my most anticipated games as well.
I liked it. I actually managed to finish the demo.
I was close. It kicked me off because I was so I was close to killing the boss at the end of the demo, and I was like this tiniest amount of health, and I'm like, you gotta come off now. I'm like, but I'm so close.
I liked it. I thought it was good. I've heard you can play.
You can play turn-based. You can play old style.
I kind of want to play it turn-based because that's how I played the
first.
You can
switch on the fly.
I know.
So you don't have to choose between either of them. You can do both.
The only thing that puts me off...
No, I'll be playing the new way.
What puts me off about getting this game when it comes out is the fact that they're breaking the game up into all these different releases.
Yeah, but you won't get the other one for like 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
don't wait that long.
I've played it... Well, I've played it... Look, I'm old. Like, I played it 8 years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
It's not my favourite Final Fantasy. As excited as I am for them to be remaking it, and it was really good, I don't want to finish this game and then have to wait like 2-3 years for the next part. I just...
They've come out and said that this game is like 10% of the original game.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But it's, if not as long or longer, so you know they're adding a substantial amount into the game to make it...
But that's the thing though, like I don't want to get through this one and then be excited for the next part, and then they'll be like, okay, so in 4 years' time you can have the next part. And then if they're going to keep doing that and doing that and doing that, it's going to be so disjointed. People aren't going to be able to
I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be... You know how like there's a massive amount of time normally between mainline Final Fantasy releases? I don't think it's going to be like that. I think this is going to be a similar case to the Resi 2 remake and the Resi 3 remake. That, well, obviously won't be the next year, I don't think.
Yeah.
But maybe 2 years in between
But the thing you got to realise about Resident Evil 3 is it's the same engine. It takes place at the same time as Resi 2, then afterwards. So they're in the city, they're in the police station. The assets are the same. This is basically a reskin of 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's how they could do it so quick, because once they built 2, they basically had the groundwork for 3.
Yeah, and I think they've got the engine for 7. And
they do look the characters
the
look
future
very
of
good.
7. However, I'm intrigued. Like, are they? The next one's obviously got to be on the new consoles. So will it look better or will it be the same? Who knows? But
they've
already started working on that anyway, apparently. So it's like, I think, but what they've said, this will have a definitive like end to this part 1. Like it won't feel like, you know what I mean?
I've heard it ends as they're leaving the city.
No, I've never played it, so be careful with spoilers.
So no, that's all I'm going to say. Look, like, if you've played it, you know. So
they said it would end at a point where it feels satisfying as an ending, and then you won't mind waiting for the next one.
Well, I already know the entire plot of the game, and I already mind waiting already.
I think you're going to be hopefully pleasantly surprised about the amount of changes they make, and they've hinted at some very, big changes to the story. Now, I don't know what they are.
That is spicy, that is.
But, like, yeah.
Hardcore fans will not like that.
No.
They will not like that at all.
But the way they see it is, well, they're getting more, like, new fans to, like, kind of, like, balance the scales a bit.
They're the sort of heavy hitters, along with Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, Resident Evil 3, I'm looking forward to that. I love 2. 2 is my... I can't remember. No, it wasn't my game of the year. Fallen Order was. It was my second game of the year.
It was game of the year all the way till the
Star Wars came. As you can probably tell, I'm a big Star Wars fan. Bob Fett right here, as we noticed earlier. Bob Fett. But I'm really looking forward to Resident Evil 3. But I don't think it will hit the heights of Resi 2 remake. Simply because, from what I've heard, 3 isn't as good as 2 in the past, so why would it be better now if it's the same story? Although I'm hearing they're making more changes to this story than they did with 2. Is that a good thing?
I'll put it into perspective, right? When they dropped Resident Evil 2...
You were excited.
I paid £390 to have the special edition.
You? Oh, you got the special.
Saved for me and imported and blah blah blah. They released a Resident Evil 3 remake trailer and I didn't even watch it for like 4 days.
Is there a special edition for this one? What do you get?
I don't know, I don't care.
Is it a Jill statue? Because that's something I'm interested in.
No, I
like Jill.
I love Resident Evil, I played them all. Leon's my favourite character, so obviously I wanted that. I'm not really fussed about 3.
I have a question. Without too many spoilers with this, is 3 at the same time as 2? Sort of.
Because looks into the camera like I'm on the opposite.
No.
I've literally just said this.
It's at the exact same time.
It's set at the same time and afterwards.
Now, Leon's in the trailer. Could he turn up in the game?
He could. If they did that, I would be on that game.
I feel like he will. Because he's in the trailer. And it's not a scene from 2, I don't think. From what I remember. So, maybe.
3 cuts into 2 and carries on after 2.
Okay. So you could see him.
He's around.
Yeah.
And so is Ada and Claire, blah, blah, blah. I haven't been back on it because I spent 4 days. 4 days?
He's been a long time playing that game.
Just getting up.
In one go.
Getting up. Yeah, literally. I'd go to bed, get up, crawl back over to the chair.
In days, it wasn't that long. But you spent all that day, all 4 days doing it.
I caned it. I did all of it.
It was good.
But then I've heard now they've put some Nemesis Easter eggs in and they put more holes in the wall because Nemesis is bigger. Somebody at Capcom decided it would be fun to give Nemesis a flamethrower.
I suppose.
Now, if you're old enough to play Resident Evil 3, you know how hard Nemesis was.
He has a rocket launcher, right?
Yeah, but now he's got a flamethrower now.
Does he have a minigun, or is that just a thing out of the movie? Because he has a minigun in the movie, doesn't he?
Yep, Matt. You mean Matt?
Matt, Nemesis Matt, that guy.
He always lunges out windows. Just be careful. Whenever you go by a window,
I'm always careful by windows. I'm always careful at windows.
Because he's just you'll just be walking down the corridor, mind your business, and he's like.
I remember them dogs and lickers coming out of windows. I know what to expect.
That's the thing. Though, people was I know. I was going to say newer people, I mean younger people, were struggling with Mr. X. They were like, oh my god, you can go anywhere, you can do this. It's like, wait till you get to Nemesis.
I didn't struggle, you just filled me with anxiety while playing. Especially when I'm trying to move those bloody bookcases.
Oh my god, yeah.
It'll
be fun. It will be fun. And I am...
Will Nemesis be worse than X? Mr. X?
Yeah, of course he will.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't think he looks as scary. Smiling at you. His nice teeth.
You wait till you play. It was stressful enough when I was however old I was back then.
Is he faster?
He runs, yeah. He can run.
Can he run faster than X?
He can run, yeah. He's fast. He's pretty fast.
Oh no.
So, just
I'm looking forward to this. I'm hyped.
I might just watch you play it.
No, you gotta play it because they're gonna add so much to the story. Apparently, you gotta play it.
Yeah, but I could just watch you play it.
You could, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
You're just playing as Jill in this one?
Carlos.
You're playing as Carlos as well?
Apparently so.
Interesting. But it's not like 2 in terms of you play as Leon, or the way I did it. You play as Claire and then you play as Leon.
I don't know how they're going to do it. I feel like it will follow the same formula as 2 Remake.
Oh, rather than just alternating characters throughout the one story.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because, like I say, like 2 I played over and over and over again as a child. 3 I played like once. And I've heard that they're changing it all up. They're adding a lot more content. They're adding Carlos content. I feel like I heard they're going to change the ending.
I heard this on a podcast. They've got one character that's in it for like 3 seconds in the original.
I know the guy you're talking about.
And he's in it substantially in the new one. So
he's the guy that's like, Jill, the Nemesis, he's after the stars. And he runs out the door and Nemesis is like, X, go on, give it to you. And he just like kills him. I think it's that guy that you're on about.
You can give it to
yeah.
But
I think it's that guy.
He's apparently got a substantial role. So they're changing it a lot from what I'm hearing. But I suppose when they did 2, they were like, everyone loves 2. Let's not change it too much.
Yeah.
Not as many people like 3. Let's change it. And maybe people will like 3. Or maybe, can you imagine if it comes out and it's better than 2?
It's not going to be better than 2.
It's just because it hasn't got Leon in it.
Yeah. That's my boy and I love him. No, it'll be. I think people will enjoy it, and I'm interested to see if they will remake the others. Because they could do.
I feel like they should do Code Veronica.
They could do 0 and 1 in the same game.
That's my problem. Why did they start with? To be fair,
they
start with 2 because everyone loves 2.
2's the best one,
and they did kind of remake 1.
They did it on there. They have remade 1 in the past, but not for like this gen. And because 0 is
Sherry, ain't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Sherry Birkin in Resident Evil.
Not Sherry. Sorry. What's her name?
You can do this, Chris. I believe in you.
Fuck. No.
Rebecca.
That's the one.
Rebecca. You're Rebecca and Billy. And Rebecca's obviously in Resident Evil 1, so I feel like they could squish down 0 and mix it in with 1. Rebecca Chambers.
Yeah, I know. I think so.
I feel like they could do that very easily. Veronica was one of them games that a lot of people have
There's a cool following for Veronica.
Yeah.
I like Veronica because it's the only one I really played back in the day.
But didn't complete.
I didn't complete it, nah. It's too hard for me.
Resident Evil 2 is the only Resident Evil you've ever completed.
Yeah, because it's the only one that, I don't know, I feel like I just complete more games now. I never used to when I was a kid.
Did you complete 7?
Yes. No. We watched Corey play it, so I didn't need to. I didn't feel like I had needed to do it again.
Fair enough.
I played a bit in VR, but I couldn't be asked. I knew the story, so what was the point? It's not going to change. But, yeah.
Them are the big AAA.
I mean, I've got Doom coming in March. Doom Eternal, which recently has had people playing 3 hours of it. Press and stuff, and they absolutely loved it, saying it's like way better than the first game. Well, I say first reboot.
The reboot.
And I've only recently played Doom 2016 properly. I played it when it came out at launch. Didn't finish it. I think I just moved on to something else. But I went back on Game Pass like last year, and I finished it, and I absolutely loved it. I really loved it. And I'm excited about this new one. I hope. The reason I think Doom 2016 did so well is because it was something that...
different.
It was a homage to that old one, but also, like, really new at the same...
A fresh take on it.
Yeah, it's a fresh take on it, and it felt fresh, whereas I'm not sure about this new one.
We waited in line to play that so long at Egypt.
Yeah, we did. That was one of the biggest...
The line was so long, and we waited.
I really enjoyed it. I played in the tutorial in that demo was a bit long though. Like I didn't need that. I've already played the game. And I understand why it's there, but I wanted to get into the game. But I really enjoyed it when we got into it, and like the jumping around and platforming stuff is a lot more intricate than the last one. Whereas the last one is just literally run and gun, and that was it. But there's a lot more to it now. And apparently there's a hub world and everything, which is interesting.
We're going to heaven, aren't we?
Earth and heaven and hell, apparently.
We always go to hell in Doom.
Hell's on Earth currently. Hell's took over Earth.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I mean, we're not far from that now, apparently. Doomsday clock's moved closer. I mean, you never know.
It's that...
Might be playing Doom in real life.
It's that virus. Is that virus?
The coronavirus.
Like I said,
Why are they named after a beer?
I'm a big Resident Evil fan, so like I've been training for like 20 years plus for this. So I'm ready. I'm ready for this apocalypse. I'm ready for it.
I mean, to be fair, gamers probably been more ready than the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Ori and Will of the Wisps. Once again, this is a game that I've only recently played last year. Because I saw all these games coming up and I was like, I'm interested in these, but I need to play the original ones again. Ori is a fucking hard game. It's not easy. It looks pretty and it looks really cute and all that. It's a punishing game. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to dying a lot again.
I started to play it and I literally got like 2 minutes in, and when the really sad thing happens at the start, I cried so bad I turned it off and I've never touched it.
Yeah, I know exactly what moment.
I was like, I can't do it. And then Corey started to play it and he did the same thing.
And I was like, he couldn't do it. He moved on as well. He was like, no, I'm not about this life.
I was like, Corey, I can't. I'm not strong enough.
I'm looking forward to it. What else is coming out?
Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
If that's your jam.
It's not my jam. It's never going to be my jam.
It used to be.
It used to be your jam.
I played the first one on the DS Lite.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. The only reason I do not want this game is because it operates in real time, just like that one did. But obviously,
haven't they all?
Back then, you're a kid. You got time for that shit. You can play that game every single day. You can check up on what's going on. I can't do that anymore. So that puts me off buying the game. Simple as. I don't want it because I know I can't put the time into it.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
That's simply it.
It's like a lot of these live service games. You got like shit to do every day, and it's just like it can't be.
I'm sure it will be
short
really,
single player
really
games
good.
Is what I want these days.
I'm sure it'll be really good. I really enjoyed the first one. I never played the second one, the New Leaf one.
Are they even doing anything like super new on it though?
I haven't looked into it because I knew I wasn't going to get it, and if I looked into it, I'd get hyped about it and I want it, but it would literally be a waste of money.
It's like from what I've seen of it, it looks very similar to all the rest of them, which makes me.
You're on an island.
I'm kind of disappointed. Not that I'm going to play anyway, but it's like. All these franchises are coming from the DS and to the Switch, and like from the Wii.
They're not taking advantage of what the Switch can offer.
Pokemon came to the Switch, and I didn't get it because from what I've been told, it's basically the same. I expected like a better version, a more upgraded, like a changed version because it's finally on a proper console.
Don't be talking smack about the DS.
It's not. Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's like on a home console that you can play on your TV. Pokemon on the TV hadn't happened properly before, and then it just come in.
I don't play the Pokemon games. I tried to play Let's Go Eevee, and I got so bored so quick.
Yeah.
Basically, I caught a Jigglypuff.
It's a remake, and it's very old.
And I felt fulfilled, and then that was it. That was what kept me. That's what kept me driving. I was like, I've got to catch a Jigglypuff. I've got to catch a Jigglypuff.
And you can't catch a Jigglypuff in the new one.
Exactly. What's even the point?
No, unless you buy the DLC, which is a whole controversy in itself.
No.
Everyone wants all these old Pokemon. Let's make them pay £20 for it.
And this is exactly how I feel about the new Kingdom Hearts DLC that just dropped.
Oh, have you played it?
I have not played it, and I will not be playing it.
Oh.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was awful. Half of the game was not relevant. It wasn't needed. After making me wait over like 10 plus years, if you do all the Disneylands, none of them are of consequence. Then the real game kicks in. They said this was going to be the last one. Right, I'm old now. Like, I need to know what happens at the end of this game. I was excited to finally get the answers, finally move on with my life. Then they're like, actually,
you're not going to die.
How long it takes them to make these games, I probably will be dead by then. No, it was a lie. There's more coming.
Do you know what was hilarious though,
the game was not good. For how long they had to make it, it was not good. And then they have the audacity,
to make
not even a year later, to add DLC and be like, so we've added all this extra bits to the end of the game. Pay for it again. No. It should have been in the game. I'm not paying for it.
When it came out the other day, there's a new Kingdom Hearts game coming. And then like a few hours later they announced the mobile Kingdom Hearts game.
I didn't even know that. That's how much I've given up. That's how much it's just the Kingdom Hearts 3 destroyed me.
Because I remember sending a message to the guys saying, the Kingdom Hearts coming. Because it was like heavily rumoured on one site. And then like, a few hours later, like I checked my phone. Because I was on night shift, so I checked it at like 3 a.m. It was like, Kingdom Hearts mobile game come out, and I was like, I'm going to send this to the guys, and everyone's going to be so disappointed in the morning.
people putting out a half-finished game and then having the cheek to sell the rest of the game to you again really grinds my gears. I don't care how much I loved Kingdom Hearts. Number 3 was not good, and I will not pay to play the game. Fair. I should have had the first time round.
You know, Jake would tell you everything.
Jake's already told me everything.
Well, yeah.
I've already seen the one character I actually was excited to see him free, who wasn't even in the game. But Jake sent me some.
Oh, in the DLC.
Sent me some snaps. He sent me a little video, so I'm happy now. That's fine, but I'm not paying for it.
No,
and I feel
how much
like,
was it? Out of curiosity.
It's like £25-30.
How long was it? Did he say?
I think Sam said he did it in like 5 hours, and that was on hard mode.
That's a bit. Oh my god.
So that's becoming the norm now in gaming. It's becoming the norm for people to rush games out and then sell DLC to finish their game off. And I'm not about that life.
Yeah, so either sell DLC or just say it's live service, so it's okay apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anthem. What else is coming out this year? Bleeding Edge is coming out. That looks interesting. It could, but you know, it's on Game Pass, so I'll play it anyway.
Something better than Bleeding Edge. For me personally, Overwatch 2.
We don't know it's coming out this year.
I want it.
It could do.
I hope it does. I'm excited.
I mean, there's a lot of games that haven't been confirmed for coming out this year, but they might, like Watch Dogs Legion.
I feel like Overwatch 2 is going to basically be Overwatch 1 with story mode attached. So I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't come out this year.
Oh, that's so disappointing though. Like, I want the story, but like, they need to, for me personally, they need to make Overwatch 2 worth it in terms of, if they had just added a story, why couldn't I get DLC or something like that? Play an expansion pass or something like that. Don't just fucking add a story and say, oh, let's put a 2 on it and get, you know, £50 fucking off me.
They're changing up the way you play heroes and customising your abilities and stuff, which I'm excited for. I have gotten back into Overwatch recently. I've been putting a bit of a shift in.
Yeah, we played a little bit.
You played a little bit. I've been
working.
I've been I do not like the role queue, and I hope that is not enforced into.
They'll carry that on.
It is awful.
It's only enforced in quick play, is it?
It is on normal quick play. You can play You can play quick play classic in arcade. Because I play May, Orisa, Diva, sometimes Zenyatta, or Moira. So
you need to learn more attack people.
Well,
that's okay. If you want to stick to it, you have to stick to May.
That's the thing. Like, I will play a match and I will start off as May, and then if I get somewhere I think, oh, this is a good point to make a stand, hold a defence, I'll change to Orisa. I can't do that anymore. I'm stuck as May. I'm watching people who can't hold a choke for toffee, and I'm like, that should have been me, but I can't change anymore. So I'm trying to learn Symmetra to kind of add that little bit of defence, like throwing the turrets around the chokes and stuff. I've been focusing on Symmetra for that, but I don't like it. I don't for how I play the game. It's limiting me.
This is how long I ain't played the game. I'm surprised it's in quick play, because that was the whole point of it being in comp. Like, it was in comp because to make it more organised and less like hectic and less people just running around all the time. But like, you put it in quick play and it's like, where's the bit where you just want to have fun?
That's the arcade quick play.
Is that always there though? I thought they changed that.
No, I'm sure it's always there. Every time I've been on it the past week, it's been there. Arcade quick play is way more popular now than quick play. I feel like if they feel like they need to have it, they should like, when you click on comp, they should be like, would you like to be put on role restricted servers or free play servers?
I understand. With comp though, that's a problem. Like, because it's comp, it's all got to be the same.
But like, I don't care. Like,
no, but like, obviously the people you got to think about the people that are like Grandmaster and all that.
Yeah.
If that's going to affect them, they need to keep it the same for everybody to make it fair. Because a lot of people care about that.
I want to have fun in comp.
Yeah.
And I'm not having fun in comp anymore.
The one people who used to have fun, that was what fucking quick play was for. No, fuck that up as well. So, you know, don't have hopes for Overwatch 2, folks.
I do. I'm excited. I just like this.
I'm excited to. But it's going to be all the same. Unless they make big changes, I'm just like, what's the point? It's the same.
It is the same.
It is the same. There's other stuff that like might come out this year, like Watch Dogs Legion.
I'm intrigued by that. I've never played any of the others. I've never really felt the need to play, but I mean, we watched a presentation about that too.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
The developer presentation. It looked pretty good.
A bit glitchy, but, you know, it's Ubisoft.
Yeah. Don't start on Ubisoft.
They have a lot of glitches.
I know, but I like them.
But it's fine, because it's not fine. Sound like Bethesda fan saying that. It's just like, it's...
savage.
The games that tend to be good... Not last year, I suppose. And then Division 2 is... no.
I stand Division.
I'm wrong here now.
I stand Division. I love Division.
I'm wrong here, because I say their games tend to be good, but like look at the last few games apart from Division 2.
Do you know what the trouble with Ubisoft is? They have the same game reskinned in different fandoms, and then it doesn't always work. I get it, it's smart business.
It's not.
Like, from a business standpoint, it's smart.
It's not even according to them now, they've changed stuff.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I was going to say, speaking of, they've hired someone. They've hired several people, so they have like one in charge of like one section of like the franchises, and then one in the other. So they actually don't. The reason it's all the same is because they had one guy in charge of it all. So it's like that's why you're always getting the fucking towers to go up to get the bloody synchronizing and shit. And
Battlefront got reskinned. No, Battlefield got reskinned into Battlefront.
No, that's EA, Kate.
No, what am I thinking of? Not Battlefront. What's their game? And it's just the exact same games. What are they called? Ghost Recon and...
Division? They're very similar.
I don't know what game
Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint.
What's the other one they make? What's the one that...
Rainbow Six Siege.
I don't know.
Splinter Cell.
I don't play shooters. And the only one I play is Division. I don't play any of them.
Division.
But the same point. That is that's what EA did. That's the one I'm thinking of.
There we go.
Far Cry. I was like, Tom likes it, and Troy Baker's that guy in the pink suit, but I couldn't think what it was called. That's what EA did though, isn't it? EA made Battlefront 4 and then made
Battlefield 4.
And then they made the Star Wars one and it was just the same, but it didn't work for Star Wars. It was boring for Star Wars.
It was. Until now, but that's a different
story.
And
then it just failed, but they were like, oh, this is clever, and then Ubisoft were like, oh, we could do that. And that failed for them too.
Ubisoft have been doing it for a while. Like, every game seemed to have a tower you climb up to synchronise the area.
What else do you want them to do? Like, you always say
this, but... do the same thing in all the games.
In Assassin's Creed, you need to be up high to synchronise.
That's fair, because that was the first game that used that. Keep it in Assassin's Creed. Don't need it in Far Cry.
I don't play Far Cry.
I don't need it in Division.
You don't do that in Division?
Sort of do. You sort of do. The safe houses. What are they?
That's collecting...
You go into the safe houses, then you unlock all the icons on the map. That's what that is.
I will not hear a bad word about Division. I love Division. Division's one of our favourite games.
I do. I love it too, but it's just that I'm glad they're making changes because they need something. And this is why they delayed all their games for this year. Like, literally everything, Gods and Monsters, that could come out this year, but I don't think it will.
I want Beyond Good and Evil 2 as well.
The funny thing is, that was meant to come out in February.
Gods and Monsters.
And we have not seen anything other than that first trailer.
It looked really good,
Good job it didn't.
The trailer literally said absolutely nothing, and my brain was still like, you need to buy this game.
Literally, like, the trailer was like, I was watching the trailer, I was like, so this is Breath of the Wild Ubisoft, yeah?
But with gods
and monsters,
yeah. and I'm there like, Katie, this is for you.
Made by the people that made Odyssey, so could be good.
Odyssey, yes, or Assassin's Creed.
Not Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Why would the people from Mario move on to this?
I don't know. That's
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay, fair enough.
I
don't know. You don't know.
I do know.
They can do whatever they want. Like, if they believe in themselves.
With Watch Dogs Legion, I think if they pull off what they said they can do in their game in terms of everyone being a different character and all that,
I don't believe that.
Working, then maybe. That's why I think they delayed that, because I don't think they can do that on the current consoles.
I think what it's going to be is more of a case of you're going to have, like, character types, character tropes.
Yeah.
And you're going to come across people who are basically the same character but with a different look.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the point. Like, it doesn't really make sense for every NPC to... Well, they're not NPCs. Well, they are until you recruit them, essentially. Like, it doesn't make sense.
We have to rename them. They're not NPCs. Yeah. They're going to be like... PCs.
Like, PNCs. They're just... I don't know. I don't believe it. And if it is true, I think they'll be very basic, they'll be very shallow, and there'll be too much choice And people will get bogged down by that and they won't finish the game.
This is why I'm kind of glad they've delayed it, because it means they've got more time to make it...
To refine it.
Work. I mean, it was supposed to come out in February as well. And I don't think that was necessarily ready.
2020 is cancelled. Everything's cancelled.
Yeah, everything got delayed.
Everything's pushed back or cancelled or it's not coming out. Games are very...
but then again,
slim pickings.
These days, whatever hits its release date, nothing hits. Everything gets delayed at least twice. Oh my god, I just completely missed out a game that I'm really super hyped for.
What are you super hyped for?
Last of Us 2.
The group? Oh.
How did I miss that? I have no idea. I forgot. The only reason I remembered is because it got delayed from February to March. May. I think May.
I was going to say, that's not much of a delay. What you moaning about that for?
Because it was next to my birthday, that's why.
Oh.
But I'm super hyped for that. I don't think... We're just being negative Nellies on this podcast, but I don't think it's going to live up to its expectations from the first one. I really don't.
I didn't like the first one. So.
Like, yeah.
Again, don't hate me.
No,
because I didn't play it when it first came out. I played it long after, and I didn't like the gameplay. So.
I agree with you on that. The gameplay is what needs work. Obviously, the story's going to have to be different, because...
I was like waterboarded into playing it. He even
calm down.
You borrowed that PlayStation 3 or whatever.
I borrowed PlayStation 3 to play it originally, and then when I got the you played it on PS4.
I can't even remember. That's how much I care.
You played the remastered version.
I didn't like it. Every mission was, we're going to go into this building, and you get in the building. And the clickers are there, and they're like, oh my god, clickers are in here. Let's go back outside. And you go outside, and they're like, oh my god, there's army men out here. We've got to go back inside. And you go back inside, and there's another clicker. And that is every objective. Every mission I played, that was just out.
Didn't get that far
but it's boring.
In the game. But
boring.
The story of that game was amazing. One of the best stories of a game I've ever played.
But by the time I played it, you'd already told me everything that happened.
This is why I feel like it ruined it for you. Because you played it so late, the gameplay was out of date. The gameplay was fine for its time, but I agree with you now. Like, that was out of date by then. And the story, you'd already probably heard most of it.
Yeah.
So it kind of ruined for you.
These guys are the worst people for this.
These guys. Yeah. This one here. No, one person here.
All of you. Corey, everyone, you're all like, oh my god. So this thing, right, you should watch it. It's so good. I haven't started watching it. So there's this one episode, right, where this happens, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to watch it now. And then 2 days later, you're like, have you watched it yet? And then you tell me about another episode.
You could say a lie. And just say you did because we told you.
Like, I don't, you lot are the worst for that.
What was I saying now? But like the story, I hope it lives up to the first one. I don't think it will be quite as good. I think it will be just a little, like, it's still going to be great, but not as memorable as the first one.
It's not going to reach
it's nothing. It's nothing new. It's nothing. You know what to expect, kind of. I hope that that I'm wrong, and it is amazing, but we'll see. What else is there? I think that's legit it.
All my games dropped last year.
Yeah, literally.
And everything else I'm hyped for, I know is not going to come out this year.
Let me check, because like literally, if I've missed a game, that I'm going to come like halfway through the next topic, like, oh, how about this? That's Predator Hunting Grounds.
I mean, I'm hyped for that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I love Predator, so I'm hyped for
that. All depends on balancing in that game. Because if you're the fucking Predator, you're just fucking everybody else up.
Do you know what, though? It literally is not going to matter. Because that's a game you're going to go on with like you and four of your mates, and you're going to talk rubbish to each other in the chat, and it's going to be fun. Like, it's going to be like Evolve.
Yes.
It basically is Evolve. Again,
Evolve. It is Evolve. If anything, it reminds me of... it's like Dead by Daylight, kind of, but also like, what's that, the Friday the 13th one? It's made by them.
Oh, is it?
So they've got a pedigree in making that kind of game. And from what I saw of it at EGX, because I got into the demo late so I couldn't play it, but it was like half an hour before the show closed, and I just wanted to get a look, and the guy was explaining it to me. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that you go in as, when you're not the Predator, you go in as a soldier, but your objective isn't to kill the Predator, because you're not, your character in the whole story. Not supposed to know is there. So you've got objectives to actually do against other AI soldiers and stuff, or I don't know, mercenaries, whatever they are, depending on the place you go. And the Predator's hunting you down at the same time.
Do you know what would be sick? What? They made an alien version.
Yeah.
Or you could be the Xenomorphs. I love the Xenomorphs too, so.
Yeah, it's true. But that'd have to be on a spaceship.
That one could be more like survival horror.
Well, that's Alien Isolation though, isn't it? But single player.
But no, look, but with
for
your
multiplayer, yeah, it'd be fun.
Because I'd be there like,
I would.
I'm going to get you.
Well, they tried that with Aliens Colonial Marines, and that turned out shite.
I didn't play that, so I don't know. That would be cool though. That would be good.
That would be a cool game. I'm looking forward to the Predator one though, to be fair. I'm hoping it gets good reviews when it comes out, because it's one of those that could go one of either way. Like, it could be amazing, or
it's going to be one of them things where either way, like, when
when
it's on sale for like
£5
on PlayStation, you get it and you'll have a good time with your friends.
Shockingly, only on PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah, not on Xbox or anything. I don't think. Weird.
I thought of another game.
What?
That you were hyped for, only because of its placement next to the Predator booth in EGX. Iron Man VR.
Oh yes. I am hyped for that. That got delayed recently as well. That was meant to come out in February. I was really looking forward to it, and now it's May. Which I think is because Avengers moved. So they're like, let's shove it in the Avengers slot. But worrying though about that is we haven't seen much since. And I'm like, and it was coming up to February.
What more is there to show?
I suppose.
Like, it's going to be that. What you played in the demo, that is going to be the whole game.
I mean, when we played the demo, you feel like Iron Man when you're playing. Apart from my lack of being able to turn around sometimes. Which I think, I still blame the guy who was there trying to tell me what to do. Because he literally goes to me, to turn around. I'm like, but I can't do that in the PSVR at home. I'll wrap it in my wire, so it doesn't make sense.
Me and the guy were just laughing at you.
Well, the game crashed on me the first time.
Yeah.
But that was because it's a demo. Very early demo. But
the guy told me that the problem they were having is they made them lock the PlayStations away in these weird boxes, and there was no ventilation.
Oh.
So the PlayStations were getting boiling hot.
It's like mine.
But they wouldn't. They wanted them locked away.
Yeah, because they probably had some rock from the last one. Wouldn't be surprised. Bet someone tries. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be good. You felt like Iron Man in the game, and the whole voice acting and the cutscenes and stuff. Who
really is it?
I can't remember. It's no one we know.
Is it the guy who does all the cartoons and stuff?
I'm not sure though. But the story involves Ghost, apparently, from, if you've watched Ant-Man 2. It's that woman.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I liked her.
She's like hacked. It's not in the MCU, so it's obviously a different person. Like, she's hacked something of Tony's, and you gotta stop her or something like that. It looked interesting. Like, the story trailer for it looked... VR does not
look good
on trailers.
Yeah. Because
you're watching it and you're like, this looks terrible. But like, when you're in it, it's different. So I'm looking forward to it. And when I was in it, at Insomnia, it felt really good. Apart from not being able to turn around, but I was doing it wrong, apparently. But no, it felt really good and I'm looking forward to it.
There's not really much going on for VR next year, is there?
No.
Not like big
There's
hitters.
rumours there's a new VR coming. But whether that's the case, I doubt it. I expect one coming not next year, not this year. Maybe the end of the year after, because it needs an update for the new consoles, really. And I want it to be wireless because I can't be fucking dealing with these wires. That's what stops me from playing it a lot. Because once I'm in it, I'm in there for 6 hours like I was yesterday. But like, I put it on.
You know what? I thought when you said that to me yesterday. Like, you remember when you played the Wii? And the Wii was like, oh, you've been playing for 25 minutes now, you should take a break. Whereas the VR is just like, stay in here, ruin your eyesight, just perish.
I mean, it doesn't tell you, to be fair. And there's no, like, you can't just look at, when you're playing games normally, you look at your phone to check the time or whatever. You can't do that in VR. So I was there from like 1 o'clock up to like 7 o'clock. Hadn't eaten, nothing. I was like, I got out, I was like, oh shit, it's dark. So that's the one problem with VR. You get lost in, you don't realise how long you've been doing stuff. It's crazy.
The best games though are always them games that you have no idea is coming, and you see a trailer for them, and you like Judgment. Yeah. Last year, Judgment, I didn't know it was coming. I knew nothing about it. I bought it, played it and really enjoyed it because I had no expectations, I had no hope. Yeah. I really enjoyed that game, and I feel like we're here talking about the games we know of, but obviously other games are going to drop.
There's I don't know though, because like you think anything that's going to be coming out before E3 has been announced, and most of that got moved to the end of the year.
You got Bloodlines Masquerade.
That's going to come out at some point this year. Yeah. When? I don't
know.
That
looks good, but I don't really know that much about it. I'm not that hyped for it, but I would kind of like to try it. You got the second My Hero Academia game.
That's out in February.
I'm not really hyped for that because the first one was okay. It's good for like a fight with your mates.
I wouldn't say the first one.
I wouldn't say the actual game.
I need to upgrade it.
Was that good?
Yeah.
It's good for the multiplayer. Like that's the thing. Like it's them little ones you're gonna pick up along the way.
Yeah.
But what was your game last year? Was it Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 100%. And then it was Resi 2.
Yeah.
And then it was something else, and I can't remember what that something else is. What else was we played last year?
Press F to pay your respects for Anthem.
That was one of the worst games of the year.
Definitely.
Oh, what a waste of money that was. Oh, I'm so disappointed. And they haven't even fixed it. Maybe they will one day. You never know. 2 years down the line, it might be fixed.
I'm not going back.
Because they got the bare bones of a good game. They just need to expand on that.
My poor Colossus is being unloved now.
I know, yeah.
He's beautiful as well.
I was tempted to go back to it the other day, and then I realised I have to download it again. I can't be arsed with that. Division 2 I loved last year.
That would probably be my game of the year.
And you know what though?
And I'm still playing it.
You know how I said Ubisoft changed the way they were doing things and delayed all their games? The reasoning they gave behind this was the bad sales of Division 2 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Now I understand Ghost Recon Breakpoint because that came out shocking apparently. But Division 2 was good. I understand.
really like Division.
Like Division 1 sold loads, and you'd think with Division 2's improvements and actually coming out as a live service game that worked.
It's the only live service game that's worked day one.
Literally.
Well, for me anyway. I didn't have no problem.
It rarely happens, and I'm shocked. I'm just shocked that it didn't sell better than it did. I mean, we never struggled to find people on there.
I love that game.
On the dark side, they're always in there.
Overwatch, I love Overwatch and I play it all the time. But Division's just got that, like, it's just got that something. Just something, I love it. I love Division 1 and I think Division 2 is even better.
Oh yeah, 100%. I just hope
really good.
I'm interested to see what's going on with going over to the new consoles and how they deal with moving games over there or continuing games over there.
Maybe well, you'll find out soon.
Hopefully. Well, yeah, that's the next topic.
There you go
then. What we think is going to happen with the new consoles and just generally what are we thinking at this point in time. Like, I'm leaning more towards getting a PlayStation first.
This peer pressure that is being put upon me. I want an Xbox, and everyone else is like, don't get an Xbox because we're all going to be on PlayStation. I'm like, Xbox has got better services.
I'll tell you the reason.
It's better value for money. Xbox don't treat you like crap. And then you're all there like, I love PlayStation. PlayStation gives you rubbish games every month.
PlayStation's my life.
They charge you so much money. They make exclusives that are like 9 times out of 10 are rubbish.
No, that's wrong.
Just because you got the Spider-Man. Just because you got Spider-Man.
Horizon, God of War.
I didn't like Horizon.
Last of Us.
Like, you're all blinded by it. Like Xbox, Phil Spencer is there doing you a solid, and you won't buy the new console.
Ask anyone who knows me. I am Xbox's biggest fan. Like the amount.
But yet they all want PlayStation 5.
I'll tell you the reason though. Matt Booty. We all know we live with Matt Booty. He came out and he said all new Xbox games for the new console.
You mean PlayStation?
No. Matt Booty.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about PlayStation.
the Xbox, head of Xbox Studios.
Okay.
Just underneath Phil Spencer.
But you started this sentence with, I want a PlayStation 5
I'll tell you why, and this is the exact reason why. Fair enough. Let me get to the points.
You're confusing me.
He's come out and said that Xbox, all the new Xbox games, will run on all of the Xbox consoles. Obviously, past the Xbox 360. It's not going to run on.
Could you imagine if they're
It's not going to run on your original Xbox with the Duke controller.
I've still got one of them, so if it did, that would be good.
But they said they're going to have the games run across the whole Xbox family.
Fair enough.
Which, to me, that gives me like a reason to get the PlayStation first.
Yeah.
They said 2 years of the new games. I can still play on my Xbox One X, which won't look terrible. It obviously won't look as good as it's going to look on the new X series, but that gives me a reason to get PlayStation first because it's that's going to have exclusives. That's going to have games you can only play on there.
The PlayStation's going to be so expensive though, because it always is.
But will it be more expensive than the Xbox? Because the Xbox X series is apparently way more powerful than the PlayStation, and they're looking at around about, from the rumours, possibly $500. So that's like 450-ish quid.
That's not a lot.
No, but the
not considering what we paid for the PlayStation
will be like probably 400. A lot less, maybe.
For PlayStation, you're paying. You're literally paying for the exclusives.
Yeah,
and I'm not
that's what I'm paying for.
I'm not really that involved, so I'm not really bothered. Like, unless like the only reason I got an Xbox 360 was because Devil May Cry was going to be an Xbox exclusive. Devil May Cry 4. Yeah. So I bought the 360 based on that. Yeah. I'm a scrub.
And to be fair, with the rumoured...
Fable.
Yeah, the rumoured releases for Xbox, I feel like you're more being swayed toward that side.
They're going to drop Fable.
Then again, but you can play Fable on your Xbox that you own now.
I want an Xbox.
And it's like... No, the thing is, I'm not going to lie. Probably going to get both.
Yeah, but like I don't feel
but
like
I
need
if all the people we play multiplayer games with are gonna stick to PlayStation,
why would you do this, people?
Right,
you know who you are. Stop.
But then again, PlayStation come out and go, Horizon 2 is coming out and launch PlayStation 5, and I'm fucking in.
Alexis is there. Alexis has like already got the pre-order down.
I'm in, I'm done, like, that's me.
But see, this is the thing though, like, this is another thing, like, you get the PlayStation, I get the Xbox, then I can play.
But we can't play games together then. Unless crossplay becomes a thing. I don't think it will straight away. And that's the problem.
It's a hard decision. It's too early on to make a decision.
I am so excited, and I'm excited about console launches, but it's so fucking stressful deciding which one to have. Look, last console generation, they made it easy for us.
Yeah.
Because Xbox came out with all that bullshit about fucking all digital games, fucking...
And now look at us now.
To your Skybox and all that shit.
And look at us now. We don't buy discs anymore.
No. But like... And the fact that it was fucking like stupid amount of money as well. And then the PlayStation come out, this is how you share games. You know, it's cheaper. And it was just generally more powerful, like by loads. And it's like, and that was cheaper. That's what I didn't understand. Like, that didn't make sense to me. When it came out, it was cheaper and more powerful. So why was the other one so expensive? And it's like, that's what swayed me over to PlayStation. Because I was
because
360 boy before that.
They knew secretly that they were about to drop the Pro, like, so quickly. Wow. And they knew that all the fanboys would run out and join the Pro.
4 years into the life cycle of the console, they dropped the Pro.
Was it really that long?
Yeah, we haven't had the Pro that long.
Have we not?
Literally not.
Oh, I feel like...
I was in the other house then when we got Pros, remember? That wasn't that long ago.
Sure.
The X dropped just after that, and I got that as well. But, I mean, that made up for it, because that made it the most powerful console.
Yeah.
And then Game Pass. And it's basically when Phil Spencer took over.
The best boy. The absolute best boy. Got
rid of Phil Harrison, who has a fucking reputation of fucking up consoles launches, because he fucked up Stadia too. So that hasn't helped him. But Phil Spencer sorted it out. They'll give Phil Spencer the Stadia next.
Oh my god!
He'll sort that out. No, but like, he's done a good job, and he's slowly during this generation basically pulled me into the other side. Like, I was a PlayStation fanboy before this with PlayStation 4. Like, I loved it, and then I've slowly swayed more towards Xbox.
PlayStation don't care about its gamers. They're so smug on their exclusives that they don't care, because they know that people are going to play them.
Which is ironic, considering their whole like PlayStation 4 like logo.
The players.
Hashtag like for the players.
Absolutely
their
not.
Motto, and
Absolutely
it's like,
not.
They were, and not anymore.
I just, over the years, there's been more Xbox exclusives and stuff that I am.
Like, but what though?
Like,
what's been exclusive on Xbox that you've loved more than?
Well, the first Mass Effect was.
No, I mean, a new one.
No, that's what I'm saying. Look, over the years, like, I can't think of one PlayStation exclusive. I'm a die-hard...
for Xbox.
And Tomb Raider was Xbox for a while. Like, you know what I mean? That they've got what I like.
Yeah.
So I'm more inclined to have an Xbox.
I've definitely got to get a PlayStation at some point, regardless of whether I get an Xbox first or not, because I want to play Horizon 2. I want to play Spider-Man 2. God of War 2 I want to be there for. Just like, there's certain games that like, they got me. That's the thing with PlayStation, have the arrogance, but they can be, because they know they've got those games that people love. And I think it's really smart what they're doing at the moment. They're apparently rumoured to be releasing Horizon on PC. So all those people that are a bunch of new people that will play Horizon, and then they'll say to them, you have to get PS5 to play Horizon 2.
Yeah.
And so many people will, and that's the thing, and that's smart business, really. But it's an interesting time.
Until they start dropping exclusives and they start actually talking facts. Yeah. It's all like...
It's all rumours at the moment.
Yeah. There's
nothing we were
concrete.
Supposed to be getting the bloody February
PlayStation
event. That ain't happening, I'll tell you that now. Because it's been... The rumour was it was going to happen on the 5th of February. It's the fucking 25th of January now, and the press don't know about it apparently. So they haven't had their invites. So that ain't fucking happening. And I don't think they'll do any. I think they'll do it just before E3. I think PlayStation will go first, and I think this will be their mistake.
Yeah.
Because they'll come out, they'll say all this stuff, everyone will be happy, everyone will be like, oh yeah.
And then Xbox will just one-up it.
And then Xbox will get their own back and do what PlayStation did to them the last time, and they'll go, we can do this, PlayStation can't. They'll just emphasise all that and then go, our price is cheaper. Or, well, the rumours are they'll have two consoles.
Yeah.
They'll have the more expensive, like, beast one, that'll be more powerful than the PS5, and then they'll have the cheaper, all digital, no disk drive kind of thing, that's not as good, but maybe just a little bit less powerful than the PS5, but it'll be £100 cheaper.
I would never.
And it's like,
I would never buy a console that didn't have a disk drive.
No, because I use it for like Blu-rays and shit.
I'm into collector's editions and special editions and stuff like that. Yeah. And you never get a collector's edition that doesn't have the disc.
This is true.
So
you get some. You get some.
The only special edition I've ever had that's not contained a disc was the Princess of Light, whatever it was called.
Child of Light.
Child of Light, yeah.
Yeah.
And I bought that on a whim because it was cheap in game and it had a load of free stuff in the box.
That was good game.
I quite enjoyed it, but like there was a code in the box. There was no game in the box. Yeah. So unless they're gonna be like, okay, so we're gonna start taking away disc drives, and then you get a code and all the free stuff. Fair enough.
I mean, if it's a cheaper option for people to get in that already have a Blu-ray player, you know what I mean?
If I could have a cheap ass PlayStation,
yeah, I suppose
just for the multiplayer.
I suppose if you've got the other one,
yeah.
And you just
but PlayStation aren't going to do that.
Aren't doing that.
Or what they'll do is they'll launch the first one and it'll be super expensive, and then they'll do what they did with the Pro. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, so we've got this like extra thing now. Blah blah blah.
The way I'm looking at, like the way I look at it, they're doing what like iPhones and all the phones do now. Yeah. They're basically saying you can get this upgrade. Like things will still work on your other one, but you get this upgrade and it'll be better. And it's like, that's what they did with the Pro, that's what they did with the Xbox One X. The only thing that Xbox are doing different now is they're getting ahead of that and doing it straight away. It's like you get, when they launch like phones, but you can get the iPhone 10 or you can get the iPhone 10 something, I don't know.
And then Nintendo did it the opposite way around with the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, they did, yeah. They're like, here's the little handheld one. But like, yeah, it's an interesting tactic by Xbox, considering as well with all games being played on everything, including the current console. It's like, will they lose the console battle because of that? You know what I mean? Because they haven't given anyone a reason to buy their console.
To upgrade.
Yet.
But then they're buying trust. And they're gaining favour over the PlayStation, because, like, which is worth more in the long run. Yeah, I don't
think they're going to be winning straight away, but they will win in the end. Unless PlayStation pulls some mad shit out.
Like and you know that PlayStation,
they've changed a lot of people there.
The E3 when they only talked about 5 games
and moved everyone from a fucking hall to another hall.
It was all fluff,
so stupid.
And it was the worst showcase I think I've ever seen in an E3.
And this is why they're not doing it.
But do you know what? That's their arrogance, because they thought those 5 games would be enough, and they weren't.
I mean, they were good, but yeah, it felt weird, especially when they did the whole Last of Us thing in the church thing, and then moved everybody.
It's just
it's like, what are you doing?
They're so sure of themselves that they're not willing to.
Do you know what's interesting though? All the people that were involved with all these E3s for PlayStation and all that, they're all gone now. They're all a bunch of new people in, and I have a feeling they might change their tactics and become less arrogant, but we'll see.
But it'll be a business move.
Oh yeah, it's always a business move. What Phil Spencer's doing is a business move. It just, he seems to be a nicer guy about it. Yeah. And it's like, he's doing it for the gamers, but the only reason they're doing that is because they're way behind at the moment. And it might, they with this current generation, they're doing all this stuff to gain favour for the next generation, and people, like, worked on you.
It's worked on me, yeah, definitely.
Game Pass is a ridiculous service that is well worth the money.
How many games, we were talking about this the other day, we were talking we're going to get this game, we're going to get that game, and most of them, they're all on Game Pass. We haven't even got to buy them.
Yeah, literally, Ori and Bleeding Edge and all that, my March games apart from Doom are covered because they're all on Game Pass, so I'm happy with that. It saves me a bunch of money in the long run. And the value in it there is ridiculous. It's just interesting whether PlayStation do that with their PlayStation Now.
They're not going to do that.
What they have to do is say, you can get the PlayStation exclusives day one
on the PlayStation Now,
and everyone will fucking love that, and it'll be better than Game Pass in that way.
They've got the cheek to put it on our dashes now. Have you
noticed? I know, yeah. So I try this free trial, pushing it to the front, and you cannot move it. I was so pissed off. I was like, get out of my screen, man! I don't want you. To be fair, it has got better, but it's just like, it goes, you can play Horizon God of War. I'm like, kind of completed them, mate. You know what I mean? I completed them when they came out. I don't need that. And it's like, you play Overcooked 2, you've got on Game Pass, mate.
Yeah, literally.
Don't need it. And it's just, I bought it on PlayStation anyway, but still, it's like.
No, it was one of the.
No, I bought Overcooked 2 on PlayStation.
Oh, but then it did become one of the PlayStation Plus games.
Yeah, happened to me. What happens to you normally happens to me.
That always happens to me. Do you know what? I can't even think of the last time I bought a game now. I'm telling you a lie.
Basically last year.
No, the last time I bought a game was when I bought Fire Emblem Three Houses.
You finished that yet?
No.
You enjoying it though?
Yeah.
Good.
I am enjoying it, it's pretty good.
Just the fact that the new character from it is in Smash Bros.
Which character?
I don't know. The main woman apparently, or the main guy, I don't know.
Has it got blue hair?
No.
Bluey greeny hair?
I don't know, I can't remember. I think it's a dude. I can't remember.
Okay.
But I know it's the main guy and everyone was fucking disappointed.
I don't like Smash Bros anyway, so I don't really care.
Everyone's like, no. I mean, people like Fire Emblem, but everyone was like, it's going to be Crash, it's going to be Master Chief, it's going to be
the Chief.
Fucking Dovahkiin, or the Doom guy. But no, it's fucking the guy at Fire Emblem. And everyone was like, oh. But they've announced six new fighters coming this year. So
I don't like Smash, and when I am forced to play it, I either play as Bayonetta or Jigglypuff. So I've got it covered.
Quick question though, because I got this question posed the other day. If you could have one person in Smash, even if you played it, who would you want? Can't Bayonetta because already
to win, like in
terms of just like having a character in that you like.
Oh.
And then you think would fit. Mine would be Cuphead.
See, my favourite game character ever is Leon, but he wouldn't really be good in that kind of game. Well, he doesn't. Dante would be a good shout.
That was the rumour. Everyone was like, it's going to be Dante because the Sakurai was there. He was like, saying free on the picture or something. And everyone was like, Devil May Cry 3 is coming out on Switch soon. It's going to be Dante.
Oh my god.
And then it fucking ended up being Fire Emblem Three Houses. And everyone was like,
Dante would be a good shout because his fighting style fits in with that madness.
Yeah, because if the Bayonetta fits in, so does Dante, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he'll come eventually. But
and then they can skin him. So they can skin him to be Nero, Virgil.
Yeah.
Do you know what? V.
The Echo Fighter things.
V would be pretty cool in Smash Bros. Because that would be mad. That would be mad. Like, Smash Bros is mad anyway.
Yeah.
But, that would be cool.
You know what I was thinking the other day?
Actually, do you know what? Do you know who should be in it? There's two people who should be in it. Waluigi and Alucard. Don't give me trophies. Put them in the game.
It's a fucking tennis trophy, I mean.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad that they put 2 Belmonts in it and then put Alucard as a trophy.
Waluigi will be the last
Waluigi should be in it.
They'll add him last.
What is this Waluigi erasure?
Sakurai don't like him.
Why?
I don't know. But he just won't put him in any of his games.
Why?
Because he just puts whoever he wants. He wants him, and he don't want fucking Waluigi.
He's pulling a Kojima.
What, like pulling it? What do you mean?
Just like putting all his favourites in and not caring what's going on.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That unlimited power.
He don't give a
So
shit.
does that mean he stands Jigglypuff then?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's fair.
Do you know what I think they should do? Like Mario Kart, but instead just make it like Nintendo Kart and do the same thing.
Why would you do that though?
Why?
So what you're saying is you want DLC characters for Mario Kart, yeah?
No, I want... Because in Mario Kart, you pretty much got all the Mario characters, obviously. And, like, you got a few, like, Zelda and all that. But, like, if you make it Nintendo Kart and then make it like Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart Ultimate, something stupid. But just then do what they do now with Smash Bros. And just add, like, other characters.
And you would pay for that?
Yeah, I would.
So Chris don't want to pay for Overwatch 2 with a story mode attached. No. But he'd pay for Mario Kart with extra characters in it on a brand new disc.
In the new Mario Kart, obviously it'll be a cartridge actually. But in the new Mario Kart,
you played yourself.
They'll do another one for the Switch because the one currently on Switch is the one for the Wii U.
Yeah.
So they'll do another one on Switch. And the fact that with Smash Bros, it was Smash Bros Ultimate, and that's literally the Smash Bros for Switch apparently. So that's going to be the one for the whole console generation, and they just add characters. Why can't they do that for Mario Kart? What's the difference?
I'm surprised they don't do like an option where they have all these DLC characters and you just pay for the ones you want.
You do. There is an option for that.
No, like I'm not just talking about like, oh, we're gonna put 6 out a year. Like they should just drop them all. Just all of them, and then be like, choose the ones you want.
Nah, because they love the fanfare about it all, the build up and stuff. Like, oh man, that's another one soon, and everyone's like, oh,
I don't play the game. I don't like the game, so it doesn't mean anything to me.
No, I haven't played the game much.
No, I don't like it
since launch. Like I played a bit of it, but like I haven't bought the character pack because like looking at all the characters, I was like, I'm a bit meh.
What about Piranha Plant?
Oh no, I've got him because I pre-ordered the game. That was a thing for him. But I don't want Joker from Persona because I never played Persona. I don't want Banjo and Kazooie because I don't care. Like,
that's fair.
I don't care about any of these characters.
Spyro, what about Spyro?
That's fact. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they added Crash and Spyro,
that'd be cool.
But like, I wouldn't buy the pack. I'd buy just those characters.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And that's what I'm going to do until a character I like comes out. I'm not going to buy the character. Then again, I don't play the game. I only play it when we go to like cons and stuff with people, and then we just use Henry's version, who's just bought all the characters, so we don't need my version.
Henry's taken one for the team. What a bro! What a top lad!
One of the only people I know that loves Smash Bros.
I'm sorry, Henry. I don't like it.
It's fun. We get to have fun with it at con, and that's the only time I play it with friends because I'm not going to play it on my own.
That's the thing about the Switch. The Switch is one of those consoles where it sounds fun having one, and then you buy it and you never use it, or you use it religiously for like a month and then you never touch it again.
When a game I really want to play comes out and just on that I'll play it, and I use it when I go to cons and stuff. Although saying that, I'm more than likely going to use xCloud on my phone now, but I don't know. It's a good console to have.
I heard a rumor of some kind of Switch Pro. The next level of Switch.
That'll happen next year because really then it's way far behind the current consoles by the time that comes around because like we've got the new gen and it's going to be like this is like not even as good as the Switch is not even as good as the PS4 or the original Xbox, so it's like way behind. I know Nintendo go on their own tune and they just do whatever the fuck they want, but I feel like they've done the Switch Lite, they're going to do the Switch Pro next year.
I wish I'd have got a Switch Lite. I wish I hadn't have bought the Switch when it came out and I would have just waited for them.
Some people just bought another one and just kept their normal Switch docked. That's their TV Switch. And then the other one they'll use, because the save goes across both.
Do that?
They do now.
Oh, that's
There's cloud
cool.
saving. They never used to do, and people used to get annoyed. But I think a Switch Pro's come in. But then again, in 2 years' time, probably going to get a new Nintendo console. Because it's been, by 2022, it's been 6 years. That's how long we've had the PlayStation. That's how long we've had the Xbox. That's how long we had the Wii. To the Wii U, and that was confusing. But, yeah. So, 2 years now. It doesn't seem that long we've had Switches, to be honest.
I don't use mine.
But,
I honestly don't use it.
Yeah.
I don't, like, if I had it set up in my house on the dock,
probably more than likely.
I think I would like to play Fire Emblem on the TV.
Have you lost your dock?
But it's just one of them, like, I think about it and I'm like, but my PlayStation's like already
That's
plugged
the
in,
thing.
and I'm just like, I can't be bothered to set all my Switch up.
Unless it's an exclusive, probably not going to play it. And that's the thing. Like, yeah, I played a little bit of Astral. I played little bits of Nintendo games. I played a little bit of Astral Chain last year. I played. What else did I play? I didn't really get much on the Switch last year.
Let's Go.
That was the year before.
Was it?
Yes.
I don't even know.
But like, there's little bits of these games I've played, and it's just like, I don't know. There's something about it that I can't be asked. But it's because there's always something coming out on the Xbox and stuff, and that's where most of the time I spend my time at home. If I travelled a lot, it would be perfect.
And as well, like, it's the social aspect of it. Like, even if I'm on PlayStation playing a single player game, but I see like, Jake or Sam or someone's online or Nathan, I'll drop into a party and I'll just chat while I'm playing. You can't do that on a Switch. Yeah,
Nintendo needs to sort out their online. I mean, they've made it better, but can't talk to people. If I could play Mario Kart with everybody, but like online, that would be a thing. I would do that, but
and I know there's ways around it, and there's like, you can call, you go in Discord, or you could even go in a PlayStation chat.
Yeah, it's not the same.
But like, it's just that extra step. It's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just,
they need to sort it out.
I understand it though. I get for the safety reasons for kids and stuff, but you should have child and adult accounts like you can on PlayStations.
They're hypocritical with that though, because they're like, we got health and safety, and then they put something like, the Resident Evil games on the Switch, and it's just like, they put Catherine on the Switch, like. Yeah,
but your child's not going to accidentally pick up that from a shop and go home and play it, are they?
No,
your child could accidentally end up in a chat with someone who's not the right kind of person they should be talking to.
That's what parental controls are for.
I know, but like, Nintendo's all about that brand,
but then kids could do that on Xbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
kids can own an Xbox.
Nintendo doesn't care what Xbox is doing. Nintendo's have their own like values, don't they? And Nintendo's is the family console.
I don't know though. Yeah, it's just annoying.
It is annoying. I don't play on my Switch, so I don't really care.
Fez.
But like,
you're just waiting for that one game.
I'm the worst kind of gamer. I'm that gamer that's like, all these exclusives are coming out and people are like, this is the best game I've ever played, and I play it and I'm like, not feeling it, fam. And then some like little indie game will come out and I'll be like, this is the best game I've ever played in my entire life.
That's true.
I don't really play the mainstream that people like, all you guys are into certain things, and I'm like, nah. I didn't play Spider-Man, didn't like Horizon, don't play Last of Us. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the next Resi or Tomb Raider.
If it's a big RPG, you should be playing it.
Yeah.
If not, then
if it's a cute game, I'll be playing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
If it's a shooter,
cute mascot
I'll be playing
games. Cute mascot games, shooters that aren't the mainstream shooters, and big medieval RPGs. That's literally your jam.
If it's made by Square Enix or Capcom,
and if it's like a weird Mario Rabbids thing, she'll play that. It's just like weird games and RPGs, and that's you sorted.
Yeah.
Whereas I just play everything.
You're
I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. Literally. I'm not a cash. I can't be a cash if I play all the games.
All the games.
Someone asked me this the other day. They were like, would you call a hardcore gamer someone who plays a bunch of all the games, or would you call a hardcore gamer someone who just plays Overwatch and masters Overwatch?
See, I'm not really about that, like.
But which one of those is a hardcore gamer? See, I would call, say, if someone was playing Overwatch and just Overwatch all the time, I'd call them a hardcore Overwatcher.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't call them.
Yeah.
No, because how many times have you heard someone say like, "Oh, I've never gamed before, but I saw this one game and I bought it and I played it." A lot of girls say that. Like I know a lot of girls.
Fake girl.
No. I know a lot of girls who have got like partners that play games, and they've never really felt the need to play games. But then they see this one game.
Stardew Valley.
No, like they'll see one game, and because their partner already owns the console, like they'll try it and they get really hardcore into it.
Yeah.
So like, it's one of them, and it like if you're hardcore standing into something, you're a fan of it. That's fair enough. But I would be inclined to agree that a hardcore is someone who's kind of like all about the games.
Yeah. Who
plays loads of games, loads of different genres, spends a lot of time on it.
I mean, because the way you see it, like someone who plays FIFA all the time, to me that's a casual gamer. But then again, they're just hardcore FIFAs.
I think it's got a lot to do with
what game it is.
Like the stigma of the game. Like someone who plays FIFA and Call of Duty to a certain extent, it's like they're dude bros. Like they drink Monster, they wear beanie hats, they're dude bros.
And you know what? That's
like
proven
the stigma.
Fact.
That's the stigma.
Because Call of Duty, like I saw a list the other day, it was like top 10 selling games of the decade, and Call of Duty were like 6 of them. And it's ridiculous. They're not even all good. Like some of them are good, fair enough, but like Ghosts was shit and it was on the list. But people just buy everyone. That's the thing. And it's shocking. Minecraft was 10 on the list.
But then this is like the difference between me and you. I don't play all the mainstream super popular games, but I've played all the Resident Evils, I've played all the Devil May Cry, I've played all the keys, like the series that I've played every single entry into, and I could tell you everything you wanted to know about them. But like I don't like Horizon, I don't play Spider-Man.
But so that will be me in 10 years' time when we've had 6 Horizons.
Yeah.
Well, not 10 years' time.
It's the game, isn't it? It's the game and how the community views the game, I would say.
Like, I know people who just play VR.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me. Because, like, they're good, but they're missing out on loads of games. But, like, I suppose eventually everyone will just be playing VR. That's the future of gaming.
Ready Player One.
Literally, Ready Player One. I was so close to that the other day. I might as well have been living in one of those caravans in the tower block caravans. Because I was literally in VR for that long. It's
becoming more accessible though, isn't it? Gaming is becoming more accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
And it's getting people in that wouldn't necessarily
play. Like, you look back in the day when people just played Space Invaders and stuff, and it's just like that. Now, a game now can have a story that's just as good as a movie. Like, it's just a different form of a different way of consuming entertainment. Whether you listen to music, whether you listen to audiobooks or read books, like whether you watch movies or TV shows, like it's just a different form of entertainment now. And some stories in some games are better than some movies, and it's just
you're more involved.
It's more, yeah.
You're more involved in a game because you've
more likely to get emotional at a game.
Yeah.
Because you feel it as you're playing it, like you feel like because you're playing that character, then I am to get emotional at a movie.
Sam was talking about this last night. It was like the last game that you properly got really emotional at, and mine is Final Fantasy 15. Like that game got me so hard. I was distraught when I played that game. And you watch the end of the game, and you're watching the credits, and it's like there's a scene in the middle of the credits that gets you again, and then there's an after credit scene, and it's one of them, like, I cried from like basically the ending all the way to the credits, and even after like probably like half an hour later I was still crying. And it's one of the, like, and I think about it now, and I'm like I haven't been able to start it again because I'm just like it really got me, and I can't. And the first Tomb Raider game as well is one that really, like, that game touched my soul. Like, that is one of my favourite games. I thought that the first one of those was handled so beautifully, and her, like, journey was so good. They ruined it with the next two. The next two weren't great, but like that first one, it was so good, and I got so emotional playing it, and it was a really good experience. And it's not like most times you just play a game, you play it and you finish it. Like, yeah.
There's those that get you emotionally every now and then.
Like Mass Effect.
Yeah, Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Dragon Age is even to a certain extent.
Do you know what? I wouldn't say Dragon Age is because Mass Effect, you spend like if you put a shift in, you can spend like 900 hours across the trilogy. Like if you like properly spend the time on it. and you get to know all these characters, and you put so much effort into it, and then when it finishes, it's like, it's hot. Like, you watch it happen, and you're like crying, and you see all like the after, like when they changed the engine and they gave you all the little snippets of people's lives, and you're like there crying. And that was like, how long ago? That was like last gen.
Yeah, that's true.
There's nothing.
Rumours of remasters.
There's nothing that's been like that. That's been such a journey on these current gens. Wouldn't say so.
I cried at Spider-Man. That's that bit. Whoever's played it, you'll know exactly the bit I cried at. I think I cried at God of War. Everyone loves God of War. I really enjoyed it. It's a great game, but it just didn't click that well with me. Like, I enjoyed it. I'll play the next one. But I don't know, the story just didn't click with it. I think it's because I know too much about Norse mythology through you and Marvel.
You're saying that I'm responsible for ruining this game.
That amazing TV show, The Almighty Johnsons.
That was great.
But like, I just know too much about Norse mythology for that game to, like, none of the twists like affected me because I saw them coming from a mile away. Even the big one, which everyone was shocked about, and I was like, well, that's obvious. Yeah. Even you, like, I told when I was playing it, I told you, and we were both just like, yeah, that's so obvious.
You was playing it, and there was, I think Jake was in the house, and I was texting Jake, I was like, I'm calling it now, this is the ending of the game, and he was like, how do you know? I was like, because I just know, okay.
To be fair, I got it spoiled halfway through, because I was in a message with...
It's Elliot, you know what you did.
I was in a message with Elliot, Jamie and Corey. And Elliot just messaged...
Shame him.
Just finished
shame
God
him.
of War.
Look into the camera and shame him.
Shame, I need a bell. Shame. Like, I predicted that way before that anyway. So I was like, as soon as he said it, I was like, I'm annoyed that he spoiled me. But I knew it. Yeah, what else? Horizon got me emotional a little bit.
I couldn't even finish that. I got like so close to the end as well, and I just couldn't bother to finish it.
It's a good game, man.
No, I wasn't feeling it.
You know it's a good game because I platinumed it, and that very rarely happens for me. That and Spider-Man are the two games that I've platinumed recently, and they're the only two games I've wanted to platinum.
You don't get like they're a really good one-off experience so far.
So far, there was only one of them.
But like...
Last of Us, obviously, I cried at, obviously.
Mass Effect and whatever, like...
It's when you get invested in the characters.
You don't get games like that anymore.
No, because BioWare have gone shit now. That's why.
Even the Dragon Age...
You never get a game like that anymore.
I like how Dragon Age gives you different protagonists because it lets you experience... Like, I feel like Shepard, you tend to play Shepard the same. Like, you keep the sort of level of whatever type of Shepard you are through the games. But Dragon Age gives you that sort of like the first one, I felt compelled to be really, really good. Yeah. The second one,
I felt like being a dickhead.
I did all the sarcastic options. I was a bit naughty, and then in Inquisition, I didn't like the Inquisition. I think that's the worst character we played.
I did not like Inquisition. No. That even to the point that I didn't finish it.
Because
I had no desire to want to finish it.
As much as I would say, like, I'm more into that fantasy than sci-fi setting. Yeah. Dragon Age just can't live up to Mass Effect for me.
I agree, because you feel more connected to the characters in
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect 3. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the exact reason why. You're playing the same character all the way through. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Barrick might turn up in several... Is he all three?
No.
2?
He's in 2.
He's in 2. He's the only one that turns up... No, Leliana, I suppose. But anyway, these characters turn up. But, like, you're playing a different character, and it's just like, you feel like...
You can't have that same relationship. Yeah, and it's that's exactly how I felt about Barrick.
You might be emotionally connected to that character. You might like the character, but it's not the same. Because they have a different... relationship with your character that you're playing, so it's like they're not the same. It's just weird.
No, that's
like, what Mass Effect is, a close-knit group. I mean, obviously there's additions as the games goes on, but there's always constants.
The stands, the ones that you stand,
that is going to be a problem for BioWare going forward, at least in terms of creating that again. And I don't think they can.
This gen, and everyone seems to be stuck on these
live service.
That's
what Dragon Age 4 is going to
be. Multiplayer.
It's a shame.
Sort of things. Like, no one really makes like Spider-Man, Horizon.
PlayStation make the single player stories. That's literally what they're doing. That's the only thing they do. But what this generation will be defined by is massive open world live service games.
But you know what? Then we get into MMO territory, and I don't like MMOs.
I don't mind like if anything, it's like an MMO light, and I don't mind that. Like Division, it's an MMO light, sort of like the same with Destiny, and all those kind of games. Anthem, but Anthem's trash. But like all those kind of games, the MMO lights, But even then, like those kind of games, you can go away from and come back to. An MMO, you try that and you fucked.
Division has got that like one sneaky element of like, yeah, it's an MMO. There's people around, but it's the end of the world technically. So like you guys can carry. Me, you, and Sam can go on. We can play for hours and hours and hours. Never see anyone. Makes no impact on anyone else's world. That fits the game. Whereas if you're meant to be playing like Destiny, like the tower's meant to be full. You're meant to go out into the world and see everyone.
In the tower.
But Destiny was the stuff. Destiny had so much potential, and I was willing to give it so many chances, and I could just.
I honestly think now they're separated from Activision, and they won the kid being Destiny in the divorce. I think that it will get better. And it has, from what I've heard, got a lot better. I mean, they've made it free to play, majority of it, which has brought loads of new people in that didn't try it before. And it is well improved. And Destiny's always got that one thing for it. Its fucking gunplay is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
As soon as they sort out everything else, fine.
Even the classes as well, the class systems and the... Yeah,
it was good.
It is good.
The systems in the game and the gameplay of the game is great. The story is all that needs sorting out, and apparently they have. It's just I haven't had time to go back into it.
I don't want to pay for it.
We don't have to now.
You have to pay for the
new DLC, but give it time.
Yeah.
As soon as that's the new DLC comes out, that'll go out of date, and that'll be free.
So the new one did come out with the moon, with that guy, the woman that cries her eyeliner.
That came out, but as soon as the one after that comes out, give it 4 months.
Yeah, but the Cade one didn't go free when the moon one came out.
That's because Activision owned that.
Okay.
That's the problem. But then again, we don't need to play that one because then certain things don't happen that you don't want to happen.
They've already removed him from my game, and I haven't even got the DLC. I want him put back. I want the patch.
No, because you can't, because it's a live service game for everybody. That's even people that played that.
I want DLC. I'll pay for that DLC.
I think they're gonna come back. That's what I think.
I don't know. See. I haven't played it. I'm not interested. I don't care anymore. I'm not bothered. I don't want to go back.
No.
And that's the same as like Anthem. Like they could fix Anthem, and I don't want to go back.
If they fixed Anthem, I'd go. I mean, I went back to Battlefront 2 when it got good, and
did it get better?
It got much better than it was.
I didn't watch your video. I'm sorry. I didn't watch it now.
Go watch the video because it'll tell you how it's got good. Check it out, guys. But I was well impressed with how that game changed, and it's way better than it was at launch because it was on fire at launch. Fucking piece of trash on fire, but it sorted itself out and it's actually turning it around, and it's got a bright future, but up to the new consoles. And then what's going to happen?
The gunplay and that, it's not for me. I don't like it. There's other shooters I would rather play.
No, that's fair. Like, that's the problem with shooters. None of them feel the same. So you get used to one, and then you move to another one, and you fucking shit.
Yeah.
And then you got to get used to that, and then you move back to another one, or go to another new one, and then it's all changing. That's why I changed my Overwatch controls to basically Destiny, because I was good at Destiny. And it works relatively. I've
got setups for the characters I main. Every character I play in certain situations, I have a custom setup for them.
Yeah, makes sense.
So much scrub.
But yeah, shall we end the hot podcast now? Because I think we've rambled on it a bit long enough. We're going to try and do this once a month. So around the end of February-ish, we'll do another one. Hopefully something's happened with the PlayStation or the Xbox, so we have more news to talk about in terms of like next gen and stuff. But anyway, guys, don't forget to leave a like and comment on what you think is going to happen with the next gen consoles and which one you'll be getting. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.